You will be shocked when you learn about the mysterious tomb of the king of the Anunnaki. Today, I will tell you about the amazing discoveries related to this ancient civilization, which remains shrouded in mysteries and myths. Who were the Anunnaki? Where did they live? And in what era? What is known about their enigmatic king? And how did scientists discover his tomb? What astonishing and inexplicable things were found in this burial site that challenge our understanding of history? Get ready, it's going to be interesting. Who are the Anunnaki? Let's begin by explaining who they were. The Anunnaki are deities from the mythology of ancient Mesopotamia, one of the earliest and most influential civilizations on Earth. They are mentioned in Sumerian, Akkadian, Assyrian, and Babylonian texts dating from the 3rd to the 1st millennium BCE. However, these beings actually appeared much earlier. The word Anunnaki translates from Sumerian as descendants of An, or royal blood. An was the supreme sky god in the Sumerian pantheon, and the Anunnaki were considered his descendants. In mythology, the Anunnaki were important deities who played key roles in cosmology and the governance of the world. They were associated with fate, justice, and the underworld. Some texts describe them as judges of the afterlife, determining the fate of souls after death. The Anunnaki were often contrasted with the Igigi, the younger gods of the heavens. But what strikes me the most is that, according to ancient belief, the Anunnaki were humanoid reptiles. This is mind-boggling, and what you will learn next might leave you in shock. Where did the Anunnaki live and in what era? The Anunnaki are associated with the regions of ancient Mesopotamia, modern-day Iraq, Syria, Turkey, and Iran. This area, located between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, is known as the Fertile Crescent and is considered the cradle of civilization. Here the first cities like Uruk, Nippur, and Lagash emerged, where the foundations of writing, mathematics, astronomy, and law were born. Many claim that our civilization might have originated from these mysterious beings. The time period associated with the Anunnaki spans several millennia, possibly starting as early as the 10th millennium BCE and ending in the 1st millennium BCE. During this time, the Sumerian, Akkadian, Babylonian, and Assyrian cultures developed, each contributing to the region's mythology and religious beliefs. It is quite possible that all these cultures were based on the teachings of the Anunnaki. What is known about the king of the Anunnaki? In mythological texts, the Anunnaki are not presented as a unified group with one leader or king in a human sense. However, some deities stood out for their power and influence. For example, Enlil, the god of air and earth, was often considered the supreme god, wielding great power over other gods and humans. His sanctuary was located in Nippur, which was considered a religious center. Another important deity was Enki, the god of water, wisdom, and magic, who resided in the city of Eridu. He was known for his knowledge and was considered a protector of humanity. Inanna, known as Ishtar in Akkadian mythology, was the goddess of love, fertility, and war, playing a key role in many myths. Although there are no direct references to a king of the Anunnaki, some researchers believe the title may be connected to supreme gods or significant mythological figures like Gilgamesh, the legendary king of Uruk, who was depicted in the epic of his quest for immortality. Don't you think that some religions that emerged around the same time share similar features? The reason may be linked to the same time frame. Of all the existing religions, Judaism is considered the oldest, as it originated in the 2nd millennium BCE. And, as you now understand, the Anunnaki existed even earlier. Amazing, isn't it? The search for the tomb of the king of the Anunnaki. In recent decades, archaeologists have been actively exploring the territory of ancient Mesopotamia, striving to uncover the secrets of one of the most mysterious civilizations. In 2018, an international team of scientists began excavations in the area of the ancient city of Ur, one of the key centers of Sumerian culture. Ur is famous for its ziggurats, step temple structures dedicated to the gods. The goal of the expedition was to study previously unexplored sections of the necropolis. where the graves of high-ranking officials, priests, and possibly kings were believed to be located. It was assumed that new discoveries would help us better understand the religious practices and social structure of Sumerian society. But what they found shocked everyone. The excavations revealed completely unexpected results. At a depth of about 15 meters, they discovered an extensive underground structure consisting of several chambers and corridors. The walls were adorned with bas reliefs and cuneiform inscriptions depicting scenes from Anunnaki myths and religious rituals. The central hall was of particular interest, where a massive black basalt sarcophagus was found. The sarcophagus was intricately carved with images of deities, symbols, and mysterious signs. Inside were the remains of a man surrounded by rich funerary offerings, gold jewelry, weapons, and vessels made of precious metals and stones. An analysis of the remains revealed that the man was around 40-50 years old, tall, and of strong build. It is believed that he may have been a high-ranking priest or ruler. Radiocarbon dating showed that the burial was approximately 12,000 years old. However, Iranian authorities claimed that the bodies were no more than 900 years old, although this was clearly false information. Who was this man? Why are the authorities hiding the true age of the burial? How was this amazing underground tomb even built? Who constructed all of this? Where did these technologies come from? There are more questions than answers. Amazing and inexplicable things. Among the discovered artifacts were items that sparked particular interest and raised questions. For example, a gold tablet with a detailed depiction of the starry sky, marking constellations and planets with an accuracy that astonishes modern astronomers. How could people in such ancient times have created something like this? Personally, I'm shocked that this was made around 12,000 years ago. And most remarkable of all, it was buried at such a great depth. Another mystery was a collection of cylindrical seals depicting scenes that have led to debates among scholars. Some believe they show mythological stories, while others interpret them as symbolic representations of natural phenomena or social relationships. Particular attention was drawn to objects made from an unknown alloy of metals. Chemical analysis revealed the presence of rare elements that are seldom found in nature in their pure form. The technology used to create these items remains unclear, raising questions about the metallurgical capabilities of that time. Personally, I think that these objects might not have been made by humans, but by someone else. Why were the Anunnaki depicted as humanoid reptiles? Could they have been aliens? Reaction of the scientific community. The discovery caused a wide stir in academic circles. Many historians and archaeologists expressed admiration for the level of development of Sumerian civilization reflected in the discovered artifacts. They pointed out the need to rethink some assumptions about the technological and scientific progress of ancient societies. However, some scientists urged caution in interpretation, warning against the dangers of speculation and unfounded hypotheses. Questions were raised about the need for deeper analysis and the involvement of experts from various fields, including metallurgists, astronomers, and linguists. Personally, I think this kind of rhetoric might be used for a few reasons. One is exactly what the scientists are saying. More details and analysis are needed to understand how such structures were created. But I can't help but wonder, are they possibly hiding something from us? Could it be that scientists are concealing the remains of a super civilization of extraterrestrial beings that perished on our planet for some reason? Or maybe they simply left, leaving behind religious teachings. Share your thoughts in the comments. The significance of the discovery for history. Naturally, the findings in the tomb offer a unique opportunity to deepen our understanding of Sumerian civilization. They allow us to better grasp the religious beliefs, rituals, and social structure of ancient society. The artifacts demonstrate the high level of craftsmanship among artisans and artists, as well as a developed system of trade and exchange. The clay tablets with cuneiform writing might contain valuable historical information, myths, laws, or economic records. Deciphering them could take years, but it has the potential to reshape our understanding of the region's history. However, all this still doesn't answer the main question. How could something like this have been created in such ancient times? Mysteries yet to be solved. Despite extensive research, many questions remain unanswered. For example, What was the significance of the symbols and images that were found? What technologies were used to create the complex metal objects? Did the Sumerians have knowledge and methods that were lost in later ages? Archaeologists plan to continue excavations, hoping to uncover additional chambers or connections to other underground structures. The use of modern technologies such as ground-penetrating radar and 3D modeling may assist in this process. One can only hope that all findings will truly be made public. It wouldn't be the first time archaeologists have hidden discoveries from the general public. Of course, you could say this is all a joke and that I'm out of my mind, but don't you find it all a bit strange? It's quite possible that the real information is hidden behind a veil of secrecy. After all, there are already claims that humans have detected signals from extraterrestrial intelligent civilizations. Perhaps the Anunnaki descended from them. Myths and reality. But let's not go to extremes. There are indeed many myths and legends surrounding the Anunnaki, often mixed with scientific data. In popular culture, they are sometimes depicted as aliens or ancient astronauts who visited Earth in the distant past. These theories have been popularized in books and films, but have no scientific evidence. Scientists emphasize the importance of critical thinking and relying on evidence. In Sumerian mythology, the Anunnaki symbolize divine forces and natural phenomena, reflecting the worldview and cultural values of their time. Of course, people could have depicted real aliens as divine beings. I lean toward this theory because, after all, no new saints have appeared in thousands of years. Influence on modern culture. As you can see, interest in the Anunnaki and ancient Mesopotamian civilizations remains strong even today. They continue to inspire writers, artists, and filmmakers to create works of art, films, and literature. Their imagery is used in video games, comics, and other media. However, it's important to distinguish artistic fiction from historical reality. It's quite possible that the depictions of the Anunnaki as reptilian beings were false. Who really knows what the gods actually looked like? But let's not dwell on that, and instead focus on the technical innovations uncovered during the excavations. The Sumerian civilization was one of the most advanced of its time. They invented cuneiform writing, one of the earliest writing systems, developed a calendar, and laid the foundations of mathematics and geometry. Their knowledge of astronomy allowed them to predict eclipses and understand the movements of planets. The Sumerians were also skilled engineers and builders. They constructed ziggurats, complex irrigation systems, canals, and dams. Their metallurgy included working with bronze and gold, as confirmed by the artifacts found. And most importantly, all of this could have been influenced by the Anunnaki. During excavations, strikingly similar design elements were found in ancient structures. Could the Sumerians be descendants of an older, more powerful civilization? Who knows? However, I'd like to highlight another important point. Religion played a central role in the life of the Sumerians. They believed that the gods controlled all aspects of life and nature. Temples were not only religious, but also administrative centers where records were kept, trade was conducted, and cities were managed. Myths and epics, such as the Epic of Gilgamesh, were passed down from generation to generation, shaping the cultural identity and moral values of society. These stories served as sources of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the world. Perhaps the Sumerians were talking about real extraterrestrials from other planets all along. But what is truly important to us is the legacy of the Sumerian civilization. It had a tremendous influence on the future development of humanity. Their achievements were adopted by the Akkadians, Babylonians, Assyrians, and other peoples. Many of their inventions and ideas became the foundation for human progress. Understanding the history of the Sumerians helps us recognize the roots of modern civilization and appreciate the progress made over millennia. That's why it's so important to study the past, especially when it's as mysterious as the existence of the Anunnaki. Why would aliens help us? In conclusion, I'd like to discuss with you one silly, scientifically unsupported, but still important question. Let's assume that extraterrestrial civilizations really did visit Earth in ancient times. There are many amazing facts and theories to support this. Just look at the ancient pyramids in Egypt or the incredible caves scattered around the world. They definitely don't look man-made. Yet the government tries to convince us that humans did all this. Personally, I believe that the Anunnaki and other ancient civilizations were created by outsiders. So-called gods could very well have existed, but they weren't imaginary beings. They were real extraterrestrials who came to Earth to help the local population develop. Why would they do this? Perhaps to raise offspring to participate in battles, or simply for fun. Or maybe they helped us in ancient times out of goodwill? In any case, humanity will never know the truth, not unless a time machine is invented, or until there is undeniable proof that aliens exist. Speaking of which, I've already mentioned that scientists recently claim to have made contact with intelligent beings in space. It's quite possible that we'll meet them soon, and there have been many theories for a long time suggesting that contact has already been made. Would you like to see a video on this topic? If so, be sure to let me know in the comments. Today we've delved into the mysterious world of ancient Mesopotamia and touched on secrets that have been hidden for millennia. Share your thoughts in the comments. Once again, I want to emphasize how educated and technically advanced the Anunnaki were. They created so many fascinating things. It's just shocking. True professionals. And you know where else professionals are needed? In our team. Friends, you have the opportunity to join our team. If you have skills in video editing, can narrate videos in Russian, English, or other languages, or if you write interesting scripts, we'd love to work with you. Contact our Telegram bot. The link is in the description, and thank you for your attention.